What's going on, Jeromes? So the Minnesota Vikings didn't have a ton of draft picks in this year's draft. It is what it is, right? But the Vikings, frankly, came away with 5 Hall of Famers. Well, 4 and Gavin Bartholomew. I love that that's going to become a meme, just like Gavin Bartholomew is also a person, right? But I want him to become an all-pro tight end. Actually, no. I want him to be a serviceable journeyman, and I want him to have a Gary Barnidge random 1,000-yard season. That's what I want for Gavin Bartholomew. Be great, man. Just manifesting. But the Vikings, so the Vikings have been the kings of UDFAs, both historically as well as recently. Plus, since the Vikings didn't have a ton of draft picks to begin with, it made sense that the Vikings would hammer down, lock in on UDFAs. Kwesi's been very good, very persuasive about signing players after the draft, and the Vikings brought in a very solid haul yet again. Long story longer, our guy Thor Nestrom over at The Fantasy Life, who probably watches more college football than anyone, so love and respect his opinion about especially these deep sleepers, some of these UDFA guys. Also presented by Hims. So, see, I don't know if this is a Google ad based on my search history or if it actually is presented by, it makes sense. It is presented by Hims. And it also, this is 100% targeting just like the middle-aged male. Right, it's a fantasy football website talking about the NFL draft. You got Bud Latte up top, as well as presented by Hims. And I know that people have said that I'm losing my hair. I'm not, though, because it's thick back here. THICC thick. It's like Vietnam back here, man. Charlie's popping out. Anyways, but so the Vikings check in at numero uno. Now, there's a couple things here. Number one, the Vikings got some pipe hitters, man. The Vikings brought in a really good UDFA class. Also, the Vikings brought in the largest UDFA class because the Vikings had the fewest draft picks. So, is what it is there. Now, there's a couple players that Thor has listed here that I believe are still just rookie tryouts going down this weekend at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Notably, Tommy Hill, the Nebraska cornerback. I don't believe he is signed. I believe he's just in there on a tryout basis. Same thing with Matt Hammond. Not reception perception. Yeah. But also, I love that Thor does comps from the draft. So Tommy Hill, Fabian Moreau. Souped up Fabian Moreau. There you go. Logan Brown, Ryan Van Denmark. Tyler Batty, Isaiah Thomas. Not the point guard. Max Brosmer, Shane Bushela, Texas SMU quarterback from back in the day. Joe Hubert, Trevor Keegan. I love Trevor Keegan in the draft. Former J.J. McCarthy teammate from Michigan. Trey Stewart, Edo Smith. So Edo Smith with the Falcons was a fun running back. Edo is one of those guys where it's like if you add him to your rooster in fantasy midseason, it's like you know that your team is just cooked. Plus, I always thought that Edo Smith might have been Asian because Judge Lance Edo, OJ trial, didn't work out. Urasek, Austin Keys, Dallas Gant, who I love Dallas Gant, man. Yeah, Vikings picked him up a couple years ago as a UDFA out of, I think it was either Toledo or Kent State. It was one of the MAC schools. Like, he was a tackling machine. Just didn't quite work out. That happens, man. Silas Bolden, J.J. Nelson, Dynamite. I loved Robert Lewis in the news. Shy Smith coming out of South Carolina. Kendall Sheffield is Keenan Garber. All that stuff, right? But this is what Thor wrote about the UDFA class. This is the third consecutive year the Vikings have finished top 5 in my UDFA rankings. GM Kwesi adofo-mensah has clearly prioritized this phase of the process, whereas like all the haters and the losers, Kwesi can't draft, but he can get UDFAs. And we said before, drafting is obviously important, right? But UDFAs, it's a different skill set because UDFAs are, by definition, free agents. They could sign anywhere. And Kwesi and the Vikings scouting staff, they've done well of bringing guys in, getting the right guarantee, negotiating contracts before the draft. It's good. But over the past 3 years, 6 UDFAs have made the Vikings Week 1 rooster. Ryan Wright in 2022, Ivan Pace Jr., Gabriel Murphy, Taki Taimani, Bo Richter, as well as Dwight Nooney McLaughlin. So that's pretty damn good. This time around, the Vikings have a built-in advantage to make their argument to agents. Minnesota used a tied for league low 5 draft picks while spending the record least draft equity ahead of only the Rams, who traded their first-round pick. The Vikings class is headlined by Kansas offensive line Logan Brown. Now, it should be known that Thor's a Kansas fan. So, first off, he's a little bit biased. We all are. We're human. But also, he knows Logan Brown probably better than any college football analyst. So, it's important. My top-ranked overall UDFA, Brown, seen as a mid-rounder by most analysts heading into the draft, is going to make this rooster. The Vikings have little in the way of proven offensive line depth behind Blake Brandel and Justin School. Because of that, guard Joe Huber, Stupid Badger, is also someone to monitor in camp. But Brown and Huber, former teammates of Wisconsin, I wonder if Huber is the teammate that Brown punched. God, that'd be funny. That'd be great, man. We'll battle 2024 draft picks Walter Rouse and Michael Juergens in camp for bench spots. Bring it. Competition brings out the best in everyone, and whoever ends up on the practice squad as well is going to be dudes, man. Max Brosmer and Trey Stewart, meanwhile, take on quarterback 3 Brett Rippon and running back 3 Ty Chandler, respectively. Each has a legitimate shot because of the team's precarious depth situation. Tight end so first off with Brosmer, Brosmer, Brett Rippon-ass competing for that third quarterback spot. I think it's a situation where the Vikings will keep 4. So they'll have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, your 1 and 2, which is McCarthy and Sam Howell, respectively, and then the emergency quarterback 3 on game day, then 1 on the practice squad, which, the Vikings or the league keeping the expanded practice squad after the Rona season, I think was really smart. More guys have jobs, more guys are involved in the building, as well as once you have attrition, more players are up to speed with what the team is doing versus just bringing in someone off the street. I think it's smart, and it's a better way to have a better game overall. And also try it again. So Ty Chandler, I don't think that Ty Chandler is a lock for running back 3. He's in the final year of his rookie deal. I haven't looked at his contract, but generally non-first round drafted players have some accelerants in their contract. So if they perform well first 3 years, they get a little bump up in the base. Actually, that makes them a target for potential cuts because it's not guaranteed. And then all of a sudden you're raising up their base salary. So it actually works against them in some cases. But Trey Stewart, certainly could get into that running back mix, whether it's Chandler or Xavier Scott. Also, because of the Vikings' precarious depth situation, tight end Ben Urasek and Bryson Nesbitt might ultimately be battling with one another for a roster spot. If neither impresses this summer, look for the Vikings to be monitoring August tight end cuts from other roosters. Edge rusher Tyler Batty was right on the draftable line for me. He's a 4-year star at BYU with a north-south game, generating speed to power. Batty has a frame and game to hang around as a 3-4 defensive end. Yes, I love me some Tyler Batty, and frankly, could the Vikings future 5-techs? Batty's listed as outside linebacker, but really he's a 5-tech. I think that, could TID, Tyler Batty, be your 5-techs of the future with Redmond and LDR sprinkled in there? And we'll be mad. It'll be pretty damn good. Then an NFL coach not on the Viking staff told me after the draft that linebacker Austin Keys might have been a 5th rounder if not for the injuries. This coach believes Keys will beat out 6th round pick linebacker Kobe King if Keys stays healthy this summer. I don't know, man. Like, Kobe King is kind of a bad dude, man. Bad dude in the best ways possible. So we'll see. I think again, I've said this before, I think Asamo might be on the bubble. And if it comes down to it, say you keep 4 off-balls on the roster and 1 on the practice squad, I could easily see Pace, Cash, Wilson, Kobe, and then Austin Keys on the practice squad if you're going to go down that route. And Asamo either cut or traded. So we'll see. But it's good to see that the Vikings rising up here. Let's see, Falcons too. Just want to quickly skim through some of these. The Falcons got Kobe, Joshua Gray, Nick Nash, who put up huge numbers at San Jose State, but I don't know. Simeon Barrow Jr. from the U. It's good to see. Seahawks, Thor Griffith from Louisville. Sesh Habit. Comp Bo Allen. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Eagles. Pick up BJ Mays. It's your mom's favorite player. Comp Holton Hill. God. That was Holton Hill probably should have been a day 2 pick, but he couldn't stay off the weed at Texas. And he had multiple chances here with the Vikings. It just didn't pan out. The Packers in the top 5. So Stackhouse is solid. Tyler Cooper, I like. Amar Johnson is really good as well. So, whatever. That's what I say to them. O'Donnell Fortune. I'm surprised that Fortune went undrafted, man. But he ends up with the Giants. Bo Collins as well. Jordan Bly, that's interesting. Panthers. Luca. Fitzgerald's there. Corey Thornton. Go get some. Let's go. Moose. I wonder how that worked out. Hey, Moose Muhammad III. How did you get the Panthers number? Oh, they got Luke Kandra too. Luke Kandra when I drafted? Shoot. Pride of Cincy? Come on, man. Come on. Saints. Yarns. Oh, yeah. Marcus Yarns from Delaware. NFL comp trunk candidate. Only with Thor's draft stuff can you get trunk candidate comps. That's good. Because I remember, so after Marshall Faulk retired, like Trunk Candidate was supposed to be the guy to replace him, and that was when St. Louis Rams were still like the greatest show on turf adjacent. But Trunk Candidate, the pride of Arizona, maybe not so much. Will Clapp, I love it. Chris Tyrese, Cavante Turpin, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see here. San Francisco 49ers get Drew Moss. I don't know. Like, could he have been drafted? Maybe. It wasn't that good of a center draft. We'll be honest. The commies at 10. I believe they're inviting the late great Sean Taylor's brother, who's a safety at Rice, as a UDFA tryout. So that's good to see. Jake Majors. God, Jake Majors went undrafted. Will Shepard, come on. Desmond Watson, of course, ended up with the Bucks. Shiloh. I feel like the Bucks should be risen up a little bit because Jake Majors was Thor's center 6. Oh, comp Nick Easton. Maybe not. Justin Lane, Jake Browning. You should have never cut me. The Bengals cut you too, bro. The Rams end up with Willie Lampkin, one of my favorite players. I don't know what he's going to be. I know he's 5'10", 275. I actually don't think that he can rise up to 300. But can you make him your swing 6 offensive lineman / H-back / fullback? Yes. But of course, the Vikings don't sign him because the Vikings never do anything interesting. Cowboys. Ruben Randall comp. There you go. Justin Barron, Zion Childress. We're good to go there. Cardinals. Small UDFA class because some of these teams were pretty stacked up on the 90 man. Then the Bears end up at 15. Screw the Bears. Right in their face. Then lastly, the Lions out of there. So I love that Thor's a little bit petty here, putting the Lions and the Bears. Oh my, down at the bottom. It's good to see there. And then top unsigned UDFAs. Isaiah Bond, Brew McCoy, formerly Tennessee. J-Jaw, so it's one of the few Howie Roseman misses. Chris Rumpf, comp for Steve Linton. I like it. So sometimes I just come here for the comps because it's that meme and trope that women talk about. It's like guys don't even have to know each other's names, but they can spend hours together drinking some beers and just naming old football players. That's exactly it. It also applies to baseball, basketball, and hockey players too. Where it's like, hey, remember this guy? Remember Steve Eiserman? Yeah. Mario Anderson Jr., Zach Stacy, hopefully just on the field. Yeah. Junior Aho. Come on, man. Oh yeah, Will Rogers went undrafted. Hey, remember it's such a big deal that he joined Washington before the season was over? Remember he was the cat's ass? Let's see. Anyone else of note? Wyatt Eckler. I think that he got a tryout with the Chargers. I might be wrong. Yeah, but Eckler's younger brother. Trey Washington, Devontae Smith. Actually, it's funny. Initially, when I saw the Eckler thing, I thought that Austin Eckler had been in the league so long that maybe it was his kid. But that's not true because he's probably just like 31. Anyways, that was fun going through the UDFAs. Just, God, these drafts go so deep nowadays. Happens, man. But the Minnesota Vikings end up with the numero uno UDFA class, according to draft expert Thor Nestrom. Let's know your thoughts. Our thoughts. Tommy Hill, no matter what. If his plantar fasciitis is good to go, the Vikings just got the steal of the draft at corner. They got the steal of the draft of Logan Brown. They got Tyler Batty, who's also a guy, and Brosmer, the out-of-work magician, the Paxton Lynch doppelganger. Except he's not 6'8". Anyways, let's know your thoughts, our thoughts, his thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull, production value.